Businesses in Ontario have been bracing for a province-wide lockdown for weeks, but on Monday, the word finally came down that the entire province is going to go into lockdown.
We all knew it was coming and we expected it.
I know it's going to affect us as a business, but again, if we can help, to get the number down, so we don't mind,
Premier Ford has ordered nearly all non-essential businesses in Ontario to close starting Boxing Day. The shutdown will last 2 weeks in Northern Ontario, where the infection rates are lower, but will last a full 4 weeks in the southern half of the province. With more, I want to bring in CTV News infectious disease specialist Dr. Abdu Sharkawi. Good morning, Dr. Sharkawi. Nice to see you. So another day, another case count, over 2,000. This lockdown for many can't come soon enough.
No question about that. Many of us called for these sorts of measures to be imposed several weeks ago. We are where we are. It's an unfortunate reality, but we've got to grapple with it and understand that our healthcare system could potentially collapse if we don't make some serious changes in our behaviors to turn this trend around. If our healthcare system collapses, a lot of other things collapse too. You can't get back to a healthy economy. You can't get people out of social isolation, mental isolation, and despair if our healthcare system is completely unfunctional. And that's something that I really worry about happening over the next month.
ICUs have really hit a grim milestone, the highest number of COVID-19 cases so far, with 285 Ontarians in ICU. How did we get here? I mean, at one point, we had cases less than 100 in the province of Ontario.
Well, this is what we had been warning people about for a long time. A lot of people were a little bit tone deaf, unfortunately, and not seeing high rates of hospitalizations and determining for themselves that this wasn't really a threat. And the message was that hospitalizations are a very lagging indicator of what's going on. It really tells you that community transmission has reached a peak and is starting to spill over, and people are getting really sick. And frankly, ICU capacity is our last line of defense. If we think about this, we love hockey as Canadians. That's our goal here. That's the last line of defense. And we've been playing 3-on-5 for a long time right now, and we've been hanging our goalie out to dry. So this is not going to get any better until we start taking our responsibility. We've got to play properly. We've got to back check. We've got to forecheck. And that means being very responsible with respect to public health measures, limiting our expectations when it comes to gatherings, especially now over the holiday season, or this is going to be a very ugly end to this game. I don't want to see that.
You kind of lost me. I'm a basketball person, doctor. I'm just kidding. All right. We hear your point, and we hear it loud and clear. And, there's so much going on right now with the concern about the ICU beds, the rate of infection. And now we have this new variant. And you and I have talked about it before. We are waiting for an official word to come from those at Pfizer and BioNTech about whether their new vaccine will protect people against this new variant. What are your thoughts? They're pretty confident. They're not going all the way, but they're pretty confident that it will.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to trivialize this new variant. It's always important to be mindful and aware of what it might mean to us, especially if it happens to be more contagious and spreads more easily. But I'm quite confident that our immune system will be able to respond with a big repertoire of antibodies, and a small change in terms of a mutation in the spike protein, which is what's represented here, is unlikely to affect that. Listen, we've got a monster on our own to deal with here. The strain that's going around right now that's causing our ICU capacity to be challenged, that's a big enough problem. Let's focus on that right now and not worry and panic about another strain. We got enough on our plate right now.
Indeed, we do. Dr. Sharkawi, thanks so much. You have a good day and take care.
Thank you. Stay safe.